Hello everybody, starting from this video, we're going to learn chapter 14. And what is chapter 14 about? So chapter 14 is about this picture you are seeing. So that is the $1 bill. So the $1 bill is the government backed it up, the government notes. So why it is important? Because we are using the money, this government note, to facilitate our economic transactions. So for this class, we're actually going to looking at how the money are supplied in our system. So how the money are supplied in this system. So money supply. So this chapter provides an overview of how commercial bank create a deposit and describe the basic principle of the money supply creation process. So when we talk about the money supply, some students might think, when we have the monetary policy increasing the money supply, some students might thought, oh, does that mean the government issue more monies? So the answer usually is not. So the monetary policy is creating adding more money supply to the society through the money supply creation process. So that is interaction between the Fed and commercial banks. So after learning this chapter, and you'll be able to understand how the money are supplied in the economy. So the learning objective for this chapter. So after learning this chapter, you'll be able to know, you'll be able to list and describe the three players that influence the money supply. So as I just described, and you understand, so we had a Fed, we had a commercial bank. So what is the third players? So we're actually going to explain what are the third player on this market to help to supply the money. And also you'll be able to classify the factors that affect the Federal Reserve's assets and the liability. So the reason we want to understand the Federal Reserve's assets and the liability is because that is a very important component. It's not player. They're a component that are affecting the money supply. And also you'll be able to identify the factor that affects the money base and discuss their effect on the Federal Reserve balance sheet. And also you'll be able to illustrate yeah, and also you will be able to illustrate and the deposit, the creation process using the T account. So if you're an accounting student, you understand what is the T account. Basically, that is the table with the two columns. So on the left-hand side will be your asset, and on the right-hand side will be your liability. So we're using this T account to look at how the money are supplied in the society. And also after learning this chapter, and you will be able to list the factors that affect the money supply, and so what actually affects the money supply besides the government issuing more monies. And also you will be able to summarize how the three players can influence the money supply. And then lastly, you'll be able to calculate and interpret the changes in the money multiplier. So I'm sure if you learn Econ 225, the principle of macroeconomic classes, and you should remember there is a very important multiplier we learn in that class. Is called the money multiplier. So we're going to look at how this multiplier help to creating more money in the society. So that's the introduction video.